everybody. Welcome to the show tonight. And as we always say, thanks for joining us. And we're coming from another place. As you know, we've been all over the metro area and country area. And Wayne, we're actually at a different place. Where are we?
It's amazing how we go to different places. But right now we're at the Ballajura Indoor Center because it's indoors. So everything's indoors.
Indoor Cricket Center. And
is it Cricket Center?
There's all netball,
netball, basketball, cricket. We're here. It's all exciting.
We're here in Action Man. Hi, Action Man.
Howdy.
And you've seen a little bit of the game. What do you think of indoor cricket?
It's pretty quick, very quick.
Very quick. A lot of excitement, a lot of emotions going.
Almost as quick as some of his dates. Now, how do you feel about it, Jay?
Yeah, really great, mate. Yeah, awesome.
Okay. Try to control your excitement.
Okay, some of the things coming up on tonight's show.
Well, I've done a couple of stories. One I did at Ellenbrook with Wes, which is pretty cool, and also indoor soccer story. So stay tuned for those. And I did a story with Trish Devilliers. You've probably seen one of the stories before that we did with one of the boxers, and this is a follow-up on the young lady who had a bit of a mishap.
Go to this story, why?
Yes.
I was just asking what's on tonight.
Oh, well, that's good. In other words, you didn't want the meaning of life right there.
You can see there's no script in this show. Never has been. But anyway,
okay.
The reason why we're here is because every Saturday night, 7:30, we're helping out the indoor cricket guys. They're going to be bringing you, how's that, the Indoor Cricket Super League.
Yes.
Saturday night, 7:30, right here on Access 31. So that's make sure you tune in and watch some of the games. All right. Well, as we always say, let's get the
balls all rolling and swinging.
Now, Wayne, where are we going?
All right. Now we're going to go to a story that I did with Trish Devilliers. So check it out.
Danny Green's mate, so let's have a look.
Now I'm talking to Pat Devilliers, who is also the trainer for Danny Green. How you doing, Pat?
Good day, Wayne.
Oh, all right. Now, if you could tell us a little bit about your involvement with Danny and how it all got started.
Well, back in 1991, I found this young boy at the back of my backyard. His dad came to have a few piss with me, and that's how we started with boxing. I was training my boys. They were Australian champions, so he came to have a look in his little surfboard. He wants to learn, so that's how he started.
Excellent, and he showed tremendous dedication through the years, and you guys have been a big part of that. What was the training like bringing him up?
I'm more or less like a second dad to him. I'm a motivator. I taught him everything I know. I think he knows everything what I know. This is a time he got to get forward, progress, improve himself. He's turning into pro now. He's a true professional. He's going to be a damn good professional fighter. I know that.
Excellent. Now, I mean, he's going to the Jeff Finnick camp now, he had alluded to earlier. And if you could tell us a little bit about the tradition in your family with boxing, how it all started and how far it goes back.
It goes a long way. Started with my great-granddad. He was a boxer. Passed it on to his kids, all the boys, all my uncle, my dad's the boxers. Then our brothers, we two brothers represent our country in the SEEP Games. And came over here, I met this guy, I fought at the SEEP Games, and he asked me to come and give him a hand. That's when I started, and ever since then, state, national to where I am now, boxing. Many a times I get into trouble with boxing, with my relationship, I tell you.
Oh, yeah. I think most of us guys have been down that road. You're still training people as we go now. Your sons were accomplished boxers and what have you. If you could tell us a little bit about some of the things they've accomplished as well.
I train a few Australian champions, including my 4 sons. I'm very proud of them. Rocky's my eldest son. He's going to take over my gym. I'm 55 now, ready to pull out, but I'm taught him everything I know. And here comes another one. My daughter-in-law just wanted to be with her husband.
Oh, okay. Come on in here, Trish. All right. Now, this is Trish Devilliers. And how you doing, Trish?
Very good, Wayne.
Now, how long have you been boxing?
About 3.5 years now.
Okay. And your husband got you involved in it? Is that it?
Yep, that's it. He was training in the backyard with the guys, and I joined in.
Excellent. Now, you've done a few great things early in your career. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
I've had 3 fights so far, won all 3 of them. No world titles or anything, but Yeah, just state champion.
Excellent. State champion already after only 3 bouts. That's brilliant. Now, what's next for you? Do you have any competitions coming up?
Yep, I got one this Friday, which is just a challenge bout, and then supposed to be going to Melbourne next month.
Okay, and where with this bout, that's a challenge bout, what is that for?
It's
It's a
for
selection
just
for
a
the state team for the Oceania Games. So to represent Australia, he got to go Eastern State, beat the Eastern Staters, then he goes to the Oceania Games in New Zealand. That's the aim at the moment.
Okay, and I know how people from WA love going over to East and kicking the pants off those people over there, so that'll be fantastic. Now, if somebody wants to get involved in boxing, and where would they go, and is there a number they can call you up and maybe get involved?
Oh yeah, this is called De Valera's Boxing. We're in Bayswater, number 5 Cullen Street. Rocky and I are the main trainers. Any boys who wants to learn proper boxing, here's the number, 9403-2512. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Trish, and we wish you guys every success.
Thank you.
thanks.
Yeah, it was a great story you did there, Wayne.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I mean, it's sad what's happened to Miss De Valera. We wish her every success and her a speedy recovery.
Yeah, for sure. It's really cool that she pulled out of it, and yeah, hopefully she gets her Mary back and goes well.
Fantastic person, a great family, and we just wish them every success in that recovery. Now, also did a story at a museum about planes, little planes and big planes. So we're going to go to that. All right, now, Al, I'm sure there's a lot of great things to see in here. It seems like this is a tribute to Captain Woods or what have you. Can you explain a little bit about this?
Yes, this one here is an Ever Anson, which Captain Woods was flying from Perth to Rottnest. It was the smallest airline in Australia, or in the world, I'd say, because it was only about 10 minutes across to Rottnest. He was flying these Ever Ansons, which he got just after the war. But in 1962, because Mr. Woods would not change his attitude towards radio control and putting flight plans in, because he used to take off from Perth Airport and head for Rottnest. He knew exactly where Rottnest was, you know. But unfortunately, in 62, they grounded him in his airplanes, and there was 2 of them. This is the Islander, which is one we have, and I used to call it Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer because the nose is red, and he used to fly across my house at Marlins. So I was only a little boy of 10 then, so it's got quite a whole quite a history for me. So yeah.
Let's see what else we've got along here. Oh, magnificent museum.
Thank you. Yes, we're quite proud of it. Actually, it's developing very nicely now. We've, as I said, we've now got a lot of people that work here, and they're very talented people. And with them helping out, it's just starting to develop quite nicely. Yes.
Okay, now what is this here? The Flying Flea.
The Flying Flea. Okay, in 1936, Bob Raper actually built in the Flying Flea, which he flew. But the poor old Flying Flea had a bit of a reputation for killing people. About 8, 9 people got killed in these. But in
so it could be a bad career move.
Well, yes, it was, because it was the way the wings were set. If you had any aviation experience, the top air used to foul the bottom air. You might hear in yachting terms they try and foul each other. Well, the top wing was fouling the air for the bottom wing, therefore it stalled and fell to the sky. But they actually did improve it, and Bob Raper built this in 1994, I think it was, we got it, and he actually flew it and quite successfully. Then he gave it to the museum.
Wow, yeah. Unbelievable. The Flying Flea. Okay, now as we move along, I mean, you feel like you're just taking a step back in history as you're going through a place like this.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the other one here is the Heath Parasol. A gentleman started building that quite early, and it never got finished until about 1950, 56. But he actually flew it from Perth to Jandakot, and when Jandakot was being built, yes, that one there. And he landed at Jandakot, and the police raced out to get him and so on. And he took off and went to Cunderdin, and they got him at Cunderdin, and they grounded him. Absolutely grounded him. So the aircraft came here. It's one of the first home builts, and, it's got a motorbike engine in it. Now,
I'm standing in front of something that's very rare here, I've been told, so if you can explain a little bit about this.
Yes, the Simsbury Gull. There's only 2 of these left in the world. These were built in 1934, if you notice on the sign. There's one here, one in Brooklands in England, which I found when I went over there for a trip, and yeah, very rare bird.
So there's only 2 in the world?
Yep. And we got one of them.
Oh, that's pretty great. That's pretty. That's pretty great.
We have a very large collection of engines, which is the envy of a lot of people in Australia. This is only part of it because we have about 3 or 4 down below still being worked on, and we keep on changing them over as we store them and rebuild them. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, and this baby right here.
The Moth Miner, that was actually used up at PS for 25 Squadron during the war. They used it to do some, keep the pilots handy and also like keep their flying up, but also the squadron commander I think would use it as a taxi to and fro from where we wanted to go. But the Little Moth Miner, very good. But it has a bit of a tale to tell about this one. It was being taken down to Gloucester Park, where the trotting ground is now, and it was on the back of a truck, and LAC was driving it. And the steel poles that are still there, he cut the tail off on the steel pole.
Oh, wow.
He had a bit of a problem.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I guess he ran into a bit of a tailwind there.
Very much so.
Now, we're going along here.
Yep.
Now, this engine couldn't fit in my car. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, well, these are from the Vampire, which we were flying, one of our first jet aircraft that we were flying for training back in the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
So that's when the engine's from it, yeah. That's the Goblin, that's the first one. Then they went from there to different engines as they went along there.
Okay.
Very rare engine. Most of the stuff we have here is rare now. So the collection is getting worth quite a lot of money.
Quite a few dollars.
Absolutely, yeah.
And this lovely, magnificent bird, if you could explain that.
Yeah, this one was a Wacket trainer, which the Air Force was using during the war to train their pilots. But this one has a history. You can see it's in a khaki blue, which I'm not very happy with, and it's got air culture on it. What happened after the war, they were sold, and a private company, which is called Kingston Smith Aviation Company in Sydney, built what they call the KS-1, 2 and 3. This is the KS-3, therefore it's quite an important little aeroplane in the history of aviation for Australia, because KS-1 and 2 crashed and burned, and KS-3 is the only existing model of the actual Cropmaster. So we're lucky to have it.
Oh, excellent. Now, Al, if somebody wants to get involved, is there a phone number that they can ring and get involved, maybe as a volunteer, or come down and see this?
Yes, well, we're open 7 days a week. We only have Good Friday and Christmas Day off here, but if they want to ring us on 93114470, they'll get through to the museum here. And we welcome people with talents who want to come along and do some work for us, because as you can see, everything in here we do. We wash the floors, we paint them, everything you see, the stands, everything are built by our people. So nothing is done by outside help. Everything is done internal. So we're always looking for people to help.
Oh, that's brilliant. Look, Al, we want to thank you for your time. It's a magnificent place, and like I said, we just wish you every success with this.
Wayne, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you coming.
Rolling, man.
Okay, well, now we're going to go to a break.
Yep.
Is that what we're doing?
That's it.
All right.
Welcome back from the break, everybody. Moose, tell us about the next story coming up.
Well, we went out a while back and spoke to a bunch of people in Bayswater at the Starmites gym there, where they teach young guys and girls gymnastics. And we've had a couple stories. And next week we'll be talking to Alana Slater, who was there on the day as well. But for now, let's have a look at this part of the story. Hi, now I'm talking to one of the owners of the Starmites gym here, and I've just been told that you've actually opened a new one. I'm talking to Gail. Hi, Gail. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Now, you just opened a new centre in the city?
Yes, we have. We've opened a new centre in North Perth, just behind the Biddy Park swimming pool. So we're really excited about that and trading new and young gymnasts, very little ones.
Now, tell us a bit about your background with gymnastics.
Okay, I started about 22 years ago when my children were about 4 and 6. Just got involved as a mum, sat and watched. They needed a coach, went out and coached and helped, did it voluntary for about 10 years. Then about 10 years ago decided to open my own business with my daughter.
Fantastic. And how's it gone since then?
Great. We had a great time. We love doing it. And the business is growing. A lot of children are coming in, and it's getting more and more popular as we go along.
Because something I noticed about, not only they're all here and smiling, but I've been talking to some of the parents, and they say, you know, we can bring our daughter down or our son down here, and you know, they're training and having fun for like 3 hours, and we're going to still drag them away. It's like getting kids out of a swimming pool.
It really is, and I think a lot of that goes to the coaches we've got. They're fabulous. They really enjoy doing what they're doing. They enjoy interacting with the kids, and unless you've got that quality about you as a coach, then, you know, you may as well not be doing it. So that's part of our success is the kids relate. They have fun. They relate to the coaches, their families. So
because there's a lot of music, there's dance routines, and I was asking one of the young girls earlier, like, how do you remember it all? Because not only do they have to remember all the things they have to do, but they also have to remember to kind of keep smiling while it's all happening. It's just so much involved.
They have to be multi-talented. They have to be able to, you know, think from their heads, and this is part of what the gymnastics is all about. Whether you're doing it at the level of Alana or even lower down, they're on a beam. They have to know what to do next, or they're going to fall. So, yeah, thinking's all about it and knowing what to do next.
It's one of those kind of sports too that there's a little bit of risk, as we saw. They had to be on the beams or the bars over there or whatever. There's a little bit of risk. So obviously it's really good having good coaches who, as we said to Joe Richards earlier, Lana's coach, the safety aspect obviously has to be really a big priority.
It's always of major concern. The coaches have to know the level the gymnasts they're working with and to build up the skill, so you're gradually building the skill up to where the risk is less. So the more you build the skill up, take it down to its lowest level, build it up again, you're reducing your risk level. Also here you'll see there's lots of mats, there's lots of equipment. That's another key area. The safer you can make it for.
Quite a comfortable place to lay down and watch too, I noticed. I found my mat over there. Now, how do you feel the girls feel about having someone like Alana and Joe Richards coming out here?
I think it's great. This is the first in a pilot scheme that's run by Australian Gymnastics Federation called the Ambassador Scheme, whereby we can link in to a key sporting personnel and they come out to our clubs and give these keynote addresses. I was watching some of the children and the looks on their faces, they were really listening to what she had to say and were taking it in, and hopefully they'll take it away, and when they're competing they'll think. Some of them got her to autograph their grips, so that when they're putting their grips on they'll actually see the signature, and that'll make them think about what she said, so that's great. Yeah.
Well, she's done so well, and something else I didn't realise, but she's overcome so much. Having SIDS when she was young, then unfortunate loss of her father as well, and then she's out there and just doing it, and it's just so generous. And I was actually told that when the Olympians came through Perth, they all were out there signing for about an hour, but she was there it's still another 3.5 hours after everyone had gone. What you know, fantastic effort.
She's a great role model to all the children. We've been in situations where we've said, you know, Alana's available for signage, and we've had 300-400 gymnasts line up, and she's been there until that hand of hers nearly dropped off. So, I mean, we couldn't ask for a better role model. She's just fantastic.
I'll get her a tip, get a rubber stamp maybe. Now, if someone in the area, now also you're in North Perth, so anybody kind of in a rough area that wants to get involved, is there a number they can ring?
Yeah, sure. They just phone Gail on 9276-5028. Be only too happy to have a talk with them and let them know about all the programs we run.
And you've also got a couple web pages. I think we've got details of that. Is that correct?
Yep, we have got a web page up and running, so you can log onto that and have a little look at what this routine is here and how we run our classes.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for talking to us. And don't forget, that's for guys and girls, of course, young guys and girls that want to get involved. Come down and have a bit of fun, and it looks like a lot of fun.
And thanks a lot for coming. We've enjoyed having you.
Action Man, who's full of action, has a new dance that he wants to show everybody, and he really thinks it's going to catch on. Now, you've heard of the hamster dance and whatnot. He has the howdy doody dance, which he did at a wedding. So we're all anxious to see how it's done. So could you show us?
But I'm not stupid enough to do it by myself, so you're doing it as well.
Yes, but I need to see how it goes first, so I can pick it up. Could you show us one more time? Show us one more time?
Come on, go around. There we go. Round and around. There we go. That's good. That's good. Keep going. There we go. It's like hula with no hula hoop, see?
Yeah, we need a hula hoop here or something like that. The howdy dance. Yeah. Oh, speaking of dancing.
Which is also bad.
Yeah, well, actually we're going to a story I did on break dancing, you know what I mean? Y'all know I can moonwalk, right? But this is on breakdancing, so check it out.
And we wish he did moonwalk back to the moon.
And you want to know where the story was done? I guess you want to know that. It was done at Ballajura Community College. Beautiful facility. And check it out. My name is Wayne Simmons, or last time I checked. And we're here at Ballajura Community College where some young superstars are going to come out here and show us how to break dance. You know, I used to have some skills, but now I don't have the will. So these young people are going to show us how to do that. And we'll also talk to Bev Day, who is head of the drama department and also coordinated this program. And she's got some nice burnt orange pants. I think she's going to get out here and break dance too. So it's a stone dance, honey, so make sure you stick around and watch the show. I'm like Big Kev. I'm excited after seeing all that break dancing and stuff. It makes me want to get out there and do it too, but I don't have no skill. But I'm going to talk to some young people who do. Like I said, we're at Ballajura Community College, and we're talking to some young superstars who just put on a performance here, so we're going to get some names.
Adrian.
Adrian. Nice change.
Jake. Nick.
Lee.
Daniel.
Jim.
Jim, all right. Now, how long you guys been breakdancing?
About nearly a year.
Nearly a year. How you finding it?
Good.
All right, then, have you picked up any new girls from breakdancing?
No, not really, and I don't want
Okay, well, good. That's a good young man. See, he's on the ball. I like that. And how you finding it?
Alright, getting all the girls, please. Yeah. Oh, hello to you girls out there.
That guy needs a TV show, doesn't he? And how you going?
Alright.
So you getting a few new moves out there?
Yeah.
Okay, then, yeah, so that you can hold your books and still break dance and the girls will be impressed. What about you, young man?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
Yeah, you're looking kind of tall today. Now, how long you been break dancing?
I think 4 months.
4 months. So that's pretty good after 4 months. You're doing all right there, young man, and
Yeah, I'm doing alright too.
Yeah, you doing all right? And you've been doing it for how long?
Nearly 1 year.
Nearly 1 year. Okay then. Now, how far do you guys want to take this? I mean, y'all got the coolest gear. We'll be taking that chain a little bit later, young man. But I mean, so how far do you guys want to take this?
I don't know, to the most.
Okay, now, that's a good answer there. You get 5 points.
Yeah, as far as it goes.
Okay. Yeah. And
Yeah, as far as it goes as well.
okay then. So you've all been together as far as it goes. Can I say that? All right now. Now, what's the preparation like to get ready to do breakdancing? What do you guys have to do? What does it involve?
Just practice, practice, and practice, and then we perform.
All right, now, when you're practicing, do you like have a choreographer or somebody that teaches you guys how to do these great moves?
Yeah, we got systematic. They're like, sick.
So that means they're very good in lingo back home. When they say they're sick, that means they're the bomb. You know, they're very good. Now, okay then, and so you guys have been training with them the whole time, or?
Yeah.
Okay then. So do you guys go home and think of little moves yourself, or what happened?
Yeah, we got to practice at home to keep our skills up.
Yeah. So
Otherwise, forget.
I noticed nobody here that does this. You guys don't need to be on any kind of diets or anything. I noticed that. So you guys just stay fit by doing this, or?
Yeah. Keeps us fit.
Okay, and you, like you said, you're chasing about 5 or 6 women, so that'll keep you fit too, running from them. All right then. So Systematic does it for you. They're an excellent group, aren't they?
Yeah. They performed at Melbourne as well at the X Games.
Yeah, oh, excellent. And didn't I think a couple of the guys just went over to Malaysia and choreographed some things over there as well? Is that right?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you only work here. Don't worry about it. All right. Well, anyway, we want to thank you guys for coming out and keep breaking. Actually, I got to say this. I've just been told that the 2 of these guys that you just seen breakdancing have just joined today, have been thrown in the hot seat, you know, and they performed very well, actually. So your name is?
Jan.
And?
Steve. Milan.
Okay, then. Now, you guys have just done this today. Now, had you had any previous experience?
Yeah, we done it like in class. We like dance in class, you know. Yeah.
Okay, then, and same with yourself?
Yeah, we're both in the same class.
Okay. And how long you been going at it?
Around a year.
Around a year. Actually, yeah, you know, what I saw today is a lot of talent in this room and stuff. I mean, the younger guys said they wanted to take it a little bit further. Well, how far do you guys want to take this?
Yeah, as far as possible.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
Far as
it looks like
possible.
you guys are out there enjoying
Same.
yourselves. Okay, then, to do this, right, you guys have your own fitness regime, or you guys, what do you do?
We stretch and we just follow some moves and learn from others.
Okay.
And practice.
Okay, and I have to stress too, I mean, some of these guys, when they're doing the hit spins, most of the time they'll usually have a helmet on, so they're very safety conscious. So good on you, Systematic crew, making sure they do all that. All right, now when is you guys having your next performance?
At the Awesome Festival, I think.
Okay, and when is that?
On term 3. End of 2. What? End of June.
End of June. Okay, then, yeah, so that should be a big festival. So if anybody out there wants to go see these young men perform, make sure you come out and check them out. They're definitely something to see. Thanks a lot for your time, guys.
See ya.
Now we've got the year 10s here, you know, veterans of the sport, plus they have cool caps and whatnot, so it's all good. And your name is?
Tam. Mustafa.
And Cheyenne.
All right, Cheyenne. All right. Now, you guys have been doing this for a while. How long have you guys been doing it?
Me, I've been doing it for half a year, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you got some skills there.
Yeah, 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, about that as well.
Okay, then. Now, what got you guys involved in that?
I don't know, basically, because I've seen some awesome guys done it, and I like it, and it's like something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than sitting at home doing nothing, let's go out and do something.
I got involved by watching Systematic perform at our school at Talent Show, and I just thought it was cool, so I started breaking.
All right, and you, Sharon?
The mad fellas from Systematic, you know.
Yeah.
They came down to our school, bust some moves, and we joined in.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, well, I guess they must be very inspiring. We're going to get them on a little bit later so they can show you a little bit of their stuff. And we'll also have a phone number for Systematic if you want to get involved with them and what have you. Now, you young superstars, I'm sure you probably got some people you want to say hello to. Anybody at home you want to say hello to?
Yeah, my mom and my family, my dad too.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad, and my brother. Hello.
Yeah, my mom, my dad, and my sister, and all the girls out there, you know.
All the girls now. Now, you got to say something for everybody else, but say something for the fish. Now, anyway, thanks a lot, guys. You guys were fantastic today. Thank you. Well, guess what? We've just been told that our mic's on, so I guess we got to need to talk into them. Action Man, what are we going to do now?
We're going to a break.
Okay, well, that's it. We're breaking.
Just like you're break dancing.
And we'll see you a little bit later. From the break. Howdy doody to you. Now, James.
Howdy doody dance.
Now, do that howdy doody dance. And shake your butt. Now, James, now what do we have on tap now?
Yes, a while ago, as you know, we always go down the Ellenbrook Speedway and have a lot of fun there.
Why?
Because we do.
Okay.
That's not fair to you.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, and caught up with a guy called Wes who's been involved with Speedway for a long time, and it's really interesting. So take a look at this story. Hello, I'm James from Bowls and all, down here at the Ellenbrook Speedway, and I'm speaking to Peter Weston, and everyone knows you as Wes. How you going, mate?
Very good, James. Yourself, mate. Great to be here at the Ellenbrook Speedway. Today's the running of the Bill Strickland Memorial for the Super Sedans for 2001. It was programmed to run here a fortnight ago, of course. Due to bad rain, we couldn't race. We're back here today. The weather is a little bit damp, but I reckon we'll go through with proceedings. We're in for a good turnout today. We've got the likes of Bert Vosbergen. Bert Vosbergen's here putting on a good show in the Super Sedan division, along with Tony, Mark, Giancola, the father and son team, the Giancola camp. We've got James Holland. We've got the great Frank Doze from out there in Dowd Street in Welshpool. He's a sheet metal fabricator, and he's doing a wonderful job, James, here today in the Bill Strickland Memorial for 2001 at the Ellenbrook Speedway.
Yep, now you've been involved with Speedway for a long time. How did you get started at first?
Well, I started back in 1974. It was through my dad. When I was a young kid, he used to take me down to the old Claremont Speedway, and I used to be a Charlie West fan. I don't know whether you're familiar with Charlie West, the grey motor Holden speed car star back in the early days, and even before that he was in the motorbikes and then TQs and then become a speed car star. And I was a great idol, of course, of Charlie West. He was my man, and after that I got into junior cars, James, at the Forestfield Speedway in a little old Ford Prefect side valve, and been racing ever since, mate, and I'm now 40 years of age, so I've been at it a long time off and on. Got into a lot of country speedways, go to Calaveran, Querriting, Darkin, Shark Bay, Narrogin, do them all. Excellent.
Yeah, now, talking about all the speedways you go to, you do a lot of commentary for them, so obviously you know everyone who's driving and stuff like that?
Well, I think that's one of the lurks and the perks of the job, James, of course. I get to know people, where they're from, what they do as a job, how long they've lived in the town, what they're all about and where they come from, and we certainly enjoy it. We really do. We wouldn't do it if we didn't. And some of the places we've been to, we've even been to the Royal Flying Doctor Show up there at the Mercanuka up there in Morawar, and it's been absolutely excellent right through. You get to meet lots of people, that are involved in the sport of Speedway. It's good to promote the sponsors, of course. As you know, without sponsors, we just wouldn't be able to participate.
Now, what class do you actually drive in?
I drive in street stocks. It's a great division. It's supposed to be a low-budget, cheap division, but sometimes I don't really think so, because it can get right out of hand, James.
Do you find there's a lot of maintenance with it?
Absolutely. I mean, in the category of racing I'm into, I'm a bloke that sits at the back of the field. I enjoy my racing. I enjoy drinking beer, as you can tell. And I certainly enjoy meeting people and having loads of laughs and having lots of fun. And I certainly get a buzz out of travelling right throughout the countryside of all these speedways.
Yeah. Now, over the years, you said you've been in it since the 70s. What are some of the most memorable things you've seen, either as a commentator or a driver?
I think some of the most memorable moments I'd had in my speedway days is a place called Forestfield Speedway out there in, of course, Forestfield, back in the old Wilfred Road days down there at the end of the gravel track, when the sleepers were a safety fence. And I certainly like back in the old supermods. Do you remember the old supermods, James, the little old open wheeler cars?
Oh, yeah.
I love them. They were a soft spot, and I've been to Forestfield, Wattle Grove, we've been to Querriting, as I said, Mora. We're off to a place called Carnarvon in a couple of weeks, so we're looking really forward to enjoying doing a bit of commentating up there in the northwest.
Yeah. Now, what do you think, say, like, driving's obviously progressed over the years. What do you think of the young drivers of today?
The young drivers today are absolutely sensational, because there is such a thing for the kids. It's called junior sedans. Yes. And, of course, you look at the likes of Warren Oldfield.
Yeah, he's absolutely awesome at the moment, isn't he?
Well, James, you and your team, of course, balls and all, went down to the Collie International Speedway, and you kept an eye on the young fella in Car Zero, and by gee, done a wonderful job. He started only as a young kid. He's one of Bill Oldfield's son, and Bill Oldfield's got 3 sons, and he does a wonderful job with his boys, and they've done well over the years. I mean, there's Jason, he's the eldest boy, Jamie's the middle boy, and of course the young one is Warren, young Wazza, and he's fresh out of juniors. He's in the street stocks.
It's actually his first year in the seniors, isn't it?
His first year in the seniors, James, and what a job he's doing right at the moment. That's it. He's driving a Falcon, mate. I mean, we can't hold that against him, can we?
Yeah, no, we can't, I suppose, yeah. But if he's winning it, that's all that matters.
Well, that's true, mate. He's a great competitor. He's been a part of RDA for a long, long time and done a great job.
No worries. All right, well, I suppose we'll catch up with you some other time. No worries. Thanks a lot for your time anyway, and all the best to you, Wes.
Thank you very much, James. I'd like to thank Moose, by giving the opportunity to thank Moose and all yourselves and the boys that do a fabulous job on balls and all, and look forward to catching up with you next time round at the Ellenbrook Speedway.
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
That was a good story we did with Wes.
Yeah, it was great. And Wayne, what are you doing here, mate? So someone's making funny things behind the camera. But before we go, we're going to a story I did recently, indoor soccer. Take a look at this. Hello, I'm James from Balls and All, and I'm down here at the Loftus Rec Centre. I'm speaking with Keith Pusper. How you going, mate?
Good, thank you.
Okay, now we're talking indoor soccer. How many guys do you need on the field at one time?
We play with 5 on the field, and we have a maximum of 8 in each team that can interchange anytime they like.
Yep. And what is the main differences? Obviously, you're inside a building, between, say, indoor soccer and outdoor soccer.
Well, indoor soccer is rebound soccer.
Yep.
The ball's never out of play unless it goes above head height.
So you can go straight off the wall and you can keep playing.
That's the best part of the game.
Yeah, sounds like fun. Now, what we're talking about today is a Super League which has been formed. It's the first one in WA, is it?
Yeah, the first one ever in WA.
Yeah, and just tell us a bit about how that's working.
Well, it's working great. We've been going 4 weeks, and we've got 4 centres, rec centres and private centres.
Yeah.
Herb Graham in Mirrabooka.
Yeah.
Here, Loftus Rec Centre.
Yeah.
Score Indoor Sports in Malaga, and Vic Park Rec Centre.
Yeah. Now, what was the main idea before, I suppose, creating a Super League? I know I go to a gym in Morley, and there's a lot of guys there who do play indoor soccer. Is this like another step, I suppose, on top of just say like the general go out have fun type league?
Yeah, well, I played professional soccer all my life.
Yep.
I've refereed the indoor here in WA for quite a few years.
Yep.
And the guys have been asking me to try and set up a Super League so they can have a better standard of league, like the same as the indoor cricket.
Yeah.
And we finally got it going.
Yeah. No, that's great. With the indoor soccer compared to outdoor soccer, is the game shorter, or is there any other main differences apart from its rebound, or?
No, we just play 50 minutes each half, 2 halves of 15 minutes.
Okay.
And the game, the ball never stops, unless there's a goal scored or it's gone above head height.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Like, I've watched it a lot. I've never actually played it, but I mean, to get fit, I suppose you're just running really hard in it the full time.
Oh yes. The balls, as I said, the balls never goes out of play.
Yeah.
You can rebound. That's what it's called, indoor rebound soccer.
Yeah.
So it's good for training. It's good for everything.
Mm-hmm. Now, if someone's out there thinking, "Oh, I wouldn't mind giving it a go," is it best to just go contact your local rec centre, or?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. The 4 centres I mentioned, and then there's other rec centres want to come in for next season.
Yeah.
The outdoor season is on now.
Yeah.
When that's finished, the next season will be starting, and there'll be a hell of a lot more teams coming in.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot bigger.
That's awesome. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be great. Now, you said all your life you've played in England. Would you like to tell us a bit about that? Like you've been playing professional soccer?
Yeah, I started at Barnsley, where I was born. I went to Bradford, then to Grimsby. I went to South Africa, then I went to Melbourne. I didn't like it so much. I went back to England, and then a chap called Bobby Collins, who played for Leeds and Everton in Scotland, went to Sydney to coach, and he tempted me to go back to Sydney. I went back to Sydney, and then I did Sydney and Hong Kong non-stop for 4 or 5 years.
Really?
Till my ankle broke, and then I made the Australian squad for the World Cup in '74, and I chose Hong Kong instead of playing for the Socceroos.
Oh, really? So, like obviously you said you're born in England. You could pick which team you're going to. You could play for other countries. That was okay.
Well, going back in our time, we wanted to play for our home team.
Yeah.
Every boy
That's right.
comes through the school boys, and they want to play for their hometown. It's more heart than money. It's all, lots of money these days.
Yeah, that's right. Now, another difference, I suppose, outdoor soccer, you're playing on grass. Indoor soccer, is it always just like gymnasium floors?
Yes. Also, here they have another night league, which is outside there with AstroTurf. It's outdoor, but the same rules, same everything.
Yep. And the tennis ball you got there, that's actually the soccer ball, is it?
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah. It's exactly right. It's just a large tennis ball, and it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
And that's why it doesn't hurt anybody, can bounce off the walls, and good for shooting.
Yeah. Now, like we've been talking, the difference is you can bounce it off walls. Would there be a strategy, I suppose, when you're running up to kick it off and pass it on, or is it just how it flows pretty much?
Well, no, that is the name of the game, rebound soccer. So you can really bypass a player by kicking against the wall and running around him and getting the ball back, and that's what rebound's all about.
Yeah. Now, also, what made you go, obviously you said you played outdoor soccer all your life, what made you go, I suppose, to indoor soccer?
Oh, well, I've lived everywhere, and mostly now between Perth and Bali, where my family is.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I was asked to do some coaching. I also coached the kids in schools, and they asked me to do some indoor refereeing. Yeah. And I did that and enjoyed it, and carried on from there.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed is it's a lot more fun. Like, soccer's a very serious game, out in the field. This is a lot more sociable and fun kind of way, isn't it?
Yeah, this is mainly sociable, but it's just Super League to have a better standard for the better players and the better teams.
Yeah. No, it's great. Now, what do you think, like, the Perth Glories come along? I think from, my point of view, that has raised soccer. Like, there's a lot of people now, obviously when I was a kid, soccer's always been in Australia, but now it's like a lot more people are interested in that. Are you finding a lot more interest in the sport since that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, last week they got 30,000 people. It's the best supported team in the land. If they can get their internal strife sorted out, then they can go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, now Keith, obviously you're the administrator for the sport. I suppose, how does it all come together? Obviously you need money to get things rolling. What's the go there? Do you have sponsors, or do you need sponsors, or how's it running this year?
Well, this season it's virtually paying just for itself.
Yep.
I'm provided all the shirts through my business in Bali.
Yep.
I take a lot of teams over there on tours and stuff like that.
Really?
And this season it's all, whatever's coming in is going back out.
Yeah.
We've got all new sets of shirts, balls, we have to pay referees, and all sorts like that. So we're really looking for a sponsor for our second season, and our prize money too is coming out of all the guys have to pay each week, and we're putting it all back in the first season.
Okay, obviously I think it's a great idea, the Super League. I mean, it's better for the players, of course. Now, if someone out there's watching who might have played soccer or is interested in it and has got a business and can help out, is there a number they can call to get in contact with you?
Yeah, well, they can contact me on 9319 880.
Yep.
My answer machine is on. If not, my mobile is on my answer machine.
Yep.
Or they can contact any of the sports centres.
Yep.
Loftus is sort of headquarters.
Yep.
They can contact Joe here at Loftus.
Okay.
Loftus Rec Centre.
Yep.
And we can take it from there.
No worries, mate. They'll just say, I've seen that guy on Balls and All, I want to help him out, I suppose.
Yeah, why didn't you sponsor us?
Because we need sponsorship ourselves. All right, thank you very much for your time.
We'll do it together.
No worries, it's a pleasure. Okay, catch you later. Yes, so we're going to a break.
Yep, catch you. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And
What about the show?
Wayne, have you ever been out fishing?
Yes, usually I go out fishing, but when I fish, I can't really say how I fish on television.
What do you use for bait?
Usually candy in my situation.
Okay. Well, we went down recently, not a fishing story, about some amazing fish.
Try not to be coy on this one, Moose.
I was just amazed at the popularity of these fish, and I'm told, I'm not sure if we actually got it in the story or if I was told after, but there's 2 747s leaving this one place in Japan every day taking koi fish all over the world.
That is amazing. I think koi fish is a beautiful fish to eat, and I've never had it.
These you don't eat. All right, let's have a look at the story.
Anyway.
G'day everyone, I'm down in Cannington. I tell you what, it's really something fishy going on here. And here to tell me about it is Alan. Hi Alan, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Now you're here with the Koi Society of Western Australia. Tell us a little bit about, first of all, koi. What is koi?
Well, koi are fish that originated probably in China about 1,000 years ago. They were then imported to Japan, and really the peasants used them initially for food. And about 800 years ago they started to develop colours on the fish, and in the last probably 50 years they have refined that to an art form really. So the fish now are exported from Japan around the world. There's at least 2 jumbo jets per day that are flying with fish on board out of Japan. There's a city in Japan called Nagata that has 1 million people or so, and basically the whole existence of that city is a result of koi. So it's big business in Japan.
Geez, you wouldn't think so with just a fish, but I suppose obviously fish is a big industry. Now, koi, the fish themselves were held in high regard by the Japanese emperors and Chinese emperors, weren't they? Is that because of their color, or what's that?
Yes, indeed. The colour, they're very striking, of course, and it has become pretty much an art form now. And the emperors were given fish of very high quality as a mark of respect.
Okay, now something else too in some of the information we had about the Koi Society is that koi aren't allowed to be kept in all states of Australia, only Western Australia, and I'm not sure, I think Queensland or something. Now, what's the reason for that?
Yeah, Queensland, New South Wales, West Australia, they have a problem with the basic brown koi. It does get into rivers, and it is a bottom feeder, so it tends to disrupt the natural habitat, and they multiply very quickly. So some of the states don't allow koi in the state, which is a bit of a pity as far as we're concerned, but there you go.
Yeah, I understand that. Now, with the koi, there's all different type of koi, because we see some massive koi and then some small koi. Is that age, or is that a type of koi, or what's the deal there?
Well, there's 14 very strict classes which are laid down by the Japanese ZNA, which controls the world standards of koi. So there's 14 different varieties within the koi group, and They are judged on size. We have novice class here, and they're judged on within the 14 varieties and on size. And then there's the open class, and then we go on to grand champion, junior champion, and novice champion. So it gives everyone an opportunity to try and win a prize. And you can see we've got over 200 fishes here today. Some of them up to nearly 800 millimeters or 80 centimeters, down to the baby fish from last year, and there is a baby champion, which is probably quite small.
Yeah. Now, with the koi themselves, what's like something that if someone out there says, "Oh, they're beautiful fish," whatever? You're a koi keeper, obviously. You are on koi. We've seen your fish. One of yours. I imagine you've got quite a few. But what's the pleasure? What do you actually keep them for? Is it just for prizes and this type of thing, or is there more of a general nature about them?
Well, I think you need to be a nature lover, I guess is one of the fundamentals, and then for me it really is an art form. So everyone's trying to breed fish of very fine definition with very strong colour, particularly red and black. So it's really an art form for me, and plus I like nature, and they become very docile. They'll feed out of your hand. They've all got their own characters, and so they're just fun to have around, I guess. Very, very soothing to watch. And they fit in well in your garden. Most people are going for sort of water type gardens now, so they fit in very well.
Yeah, and they're not something you actually keep in an aquarium or anything, are they? Really, it's an outdoor setting, really.
Yeah, you really need an outdoor pond and something with a minimum of maybe 5,000 litres in it to start off with, but some of our members have got ponds that are 140,000 litres and above, so they're big size swimming pools. Yeah.
Now, what would you say to someone out there who's saying, "Oh, they look great, and I wouldn't mind having some"? How would they go about maybe finding out about the society, and also what kind of things would you have to say to them about just basically keeping koi?
Well, they can certainly get in touch with us. Our advertisement is in the papers in the aquarium section, fairly regular. You can't actually find us in the phone book, but you could, the numbers are printed from time to time. Most of the aquarium shops carry our posters, etc. So if you really want to know, you can find out, and I would certainly encourage anyone out there who is thinking of keeping koi to talk to us first, because we can save you a lot of money. Lots of people start and not necessarily in the right way, so we can help people, and we love doing that.
That's one of the first things, especially about keeping fish. It's not like a cat or a dog. There's certain things you got to do, make sure the water's right and all that kind of stuff, and also protections from, I imagine, protection from birds and also cats and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, water is very important, so filtration is one of the most important things. Most of our fish, once they get to a reasonable size, of course, it takes even a cat a bit of trouble to carry them off, because some of these fish are weighing, 15 kilos or so, so they're fair size, so they're pretty safe in the back garden pond. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to have just show you a little bit more of the koi here, and we want to thank you. Oh, just one more thing too. How do you actually judge koi? Is it just by size? Is it by color? How do you actually judge the different koi?
Well, we have here today a Japanese judge, of course, so he's come from Japan especially to do the judging here, and he has taken 25 years, believe it or not, to become an international judge. But they look obviously for density of colour, the actual body form of the koi, and again getting back to the artistic value of koi. And so everything has to be balanced and strictly within the guidelines of that particular variety of koi.
Fantastic, because I mean the average everyday person like me wouldn't know. It's so involved. So congratulations to you and the society, and if you want to find out about it, make sure you have a look for their ads now and then. We will have their number on the screen, and give them a call if you want to know a bit more about keeping koi. Thanks, Alan.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Hi everybody. Well, that was a fantastic story there with the fish. I was so amazed when we got there to see the different grades and the different types and all that. It was something,
No, it's pretty good. I was listening to everything you're saying, including the meaning of life.
Well, this is the scene from the big indoor cricket show. How's that? And they're going to have Rod Evans, Bruce Reed, Ken Jordan. They're going to be hosting the show. It's going to be a great show, so make sure you tune in every Saturday night at 7:30. And they'll be telling you, too, where the following game will be, and if you want to get down there and have a look. So it's going to be great.
I thought a couple people didn't see him nod his head, so it's very important.
James is actually going to be leaving us for a while, and what we want to do is invite you, if you'd like to be a reporter of the week. And all you do is email us or contact us one way or the
Email me,
other.
James.
And let us know all about your, if you'd like to get involved and do all that kind of stuff. So,
God bless Western Australia. I thought I'd throw that in. Now, what were you saying?
So anyway, getting back to the track and reality, because I don't know if these people are here with me.
James, you want to get back
planet.
to the...
I must be. I could be my own planet anyway. So, Action Man, someone to be a reporter of the week. What do you think?
Not too bad. Pretty good idea. I might get some company.
Yeah, thank you for your opinion. Thank you. James, what do you think?
Yeah, it's good call you reporter of the week, but, it's all good.
Yeah, thank you.
To replace you anyway.
And James, you're going to try and send us some stories back from Malta, the
island
of Malta?
Going to Malta for 2 months and then hopefully going on a Contiki tour around Europe and having some fun.
Well, try not to get locked up while you're there.
No, I'm not yet.
Well, we wish you a good time away anyway. Look forward to your return.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, too. We hope you're gone that long.
I want to say to the... we went out, had a beverage or two at the Hippie Club for James's Gone Away.
Or two. 2,000.
Some people went to the loo and never came back as well.
Oh.
But anyway, I want to say a big hello to the West Coast Eagles, David Werepundi and Peter Matera was there. A few of the boys were there, and go Eagles. You're going to do it. We know you're going to do it.
Sure, I think they're going to make a comeback, and we're hoping that James comes back, too, at some point in the millennium.
So do we. So do we. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks for watching us. Make sure you watch again on Saturday at 4. And the name of the show is
Balls It All.
Also, I would like to thank the following sponsors. We are looking for more people to help us in the producing of this program so we can let others know about your sports and leisure.